You know, I'm gonna start recording as he goes get some a drink because he's an alcoholic. We can hear the drink wrangling. Right. And say they ready to record out here. Drink. We get a refill. Hold up.
No, I'm good.
Let me get that old granddaddy. Come on.
Yeah, right. We good.
Because it's better than drinking Old East, so we'll at least give you that props.
Yeah, fuck that.
True that.
Here we go. So, as anybody doesn't know, if you don't know, you know, we welcome to the music show with no name. We are here again with my illustrious team of music gurus, because you know I had to go get the guys that know about the songs. I got to post to the streets. Ear to everything going on. So let's starting from my real friend, real blood here. We got Chris back. You know, he missed last week, so we missed him. But Chris, what's going on, man?
Hey, people, what's going on?
All right. Where were you at last week, man?
I had to go to kickboxing.
Oh, look at it. He taboing out here. All right, y'all.
Yeah, I guess you practice on his art so he can know his way in the dark.
Yeah.
Plus, this week, the reviews we got this week, you better make sure that right hook looking real sweet, man. So we got, you know, my mother, my main man, DC's finest out here in the streets of Philly. We got Big Nip. What's going on, Nip?
Ain't nothing what's going on, y'all.
So, I mean, I got a little bit of heat of your lack of ability to name pop artists and pop stars from 2 weeks ago. But I guess last week's show, when they said, Nip, what are you listening to? It kind of proved where your lane is. So people kind of backed up a little bit. But they was upset. They was like, how can't name like a pop star?
I gave him the heat. I gave him the heat for the street that they needed to listen to. But yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I've been listening to that Brody James too. It's growing on me. So shout out to that. All right, let's get into the music reviews because we got three of them today that we're gonna have to go knock out for you. So let's go ahead and get the minutia out the way. Again, this show is on Head Cannon Circus on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. We now have. We're on Spotify. We're everywhere now. Just look up Head Cannon Circus. Remember to like, subscribe, share, follow us. You can find Nip at Papa_Bear_Nip on Instagram, and then you have Chris at Scriberisms on Instagram as well. Pretty sure if you're watching this, underneath our names, we'll have our Instagram tags. So you can look us up and holler at us. Also, don't forget to follow Head Cannon Circus, where we have various other content on there as well, especially on Facebook. Okay, I got all that trash out of the way. Let's get into the first review here. We have Future and Lil Uzi Vert, Pluto with Baby Pluto. Yes, album is 54 minutes and 30 seconds long. There are no guest appearances because they're guesting with each other. But some producers that were on there, I noticed, London on the Track has some songs on there. Zaytoven has some songs on there. DJ Esco has some songs on there. So we always have to start off with sum up the album in as least words as possible. Tony, sum up this album with the least amount of words possible.
Garbage.
All right, one word. I think you made it this week. Chris, please sum up this album with at least words possible.
54 minutes of turn up.
Okay. I think I had Future's now in the present. Lil Uzi Vert is the future. So that was mine. All right, guys, let's jump into our favorite or best songs we think were on the album, and then we'll talk about our least. So let's start off with our best. I'm going to go ahead and start off with mine, Drinking and Smoking. We'll play a little bit of that, and then we'll talk about that, and we'll move on.
Bagging up the mouse, we do the mouse job. Got a wretched in my coat, got a girl doing coke. We break up and we smoke, but she always do the most. It kinda turned me on the way she licking on my stones. My chains on antifreeze, it look like I made a clone. Wanna see you get more sassy, if you bring out better emotions. She called me a god the way I floated in her ocean. When I floated, I gave her a dose of, she was already hooked. If you always there for me, that's a really good look. I'm changing up your salary because I'm getting to know you. Tell me your better.
And they said, I'm changing up your salary because I'm getting to know you. All right. Any thoughts on that one? Comments, concerns? I mean, Tony he had a one-word answer for the album, so I already know how he probably feels about this. So nothing, didn't give you no feels? Nothing, Tony?
Yeah, that's a no for me.
Chris, I think you had this on your lease, didn't you?
No. I like this track. I like the beat. It's kind of a little bit more laid back than most of the other album. Because like I said, a lot of it is just turn up music, so it tends to just blend together. But I enjoyed this track.
Okay. Let's go to Nip. You did have one song that you thought was all right.
Yeah, I thought was all right. Yeah, sleeping on the floor.
All right, let's hear a little bit of that. I forgot Uzi go off on this one. I remember this one.
Sleeping on the floor, my putting up your 1 liter, putting up your 1 liter, serve my dough white beat, serve my dough white beat, mama, Caesar, I'm getting fly like an eagle, I wear more Gucci than Gucci, all of this money I'm moody, my bitch, I'm rolling, money and power and sex, go to my rings with gas, trucking on service the net, fish, having something to do with that bitch that you be cuddling with. Out the south of France, I got different cultures sucking on me. I was about to stand, serving that dope and bone a company. I try Oxycontin, washing cash at the laundry. I be living in luxury in different countries. I got bitches begging me in different continents. I can never go for bitch who never honor me. I would never trust her, only judge off what she done for me. Ice got me glistening like she on yaya. I already smashed her up now, baby Pluto in that 9. Made her count that money, so much money.
All right. Sleeping on that floor.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that song right there, I mean, that's made for the club.
With that heat on me. Yeah. That's it.
Too bad. Well, I guess I can't say that because you get many videotapes of down here in Georgia and Atlanta. Them jokers don't care. So mask off. If you just say mask off, it'd be like that down here. So it don't matter. It don't matter at all. Chris, did you have any of the best? Any songs that you thought was up there with it? That we haven't named, let's say that.
Like I said, a lot of it was just kind of blurring together to me at one point. I know I had this on in the car. I got from like Upper Marlboro, Maryland to like St. Mary's in record time because a lot of the music was so hyped. So it was, I enjoyed the songs, but because it was so blending together for me, I didn't really have like a high point or a low point. It's just kind of like one vibe for me.
I think I had one more best, and I think this was the one that I think you said, Chris, might have been your least, was I Don't Want to Break Up. So we'll play that a little bit, and we'll talk about that for a second.
Sometimes you gotta take a sacrifice in your love life. If you want the riches in the ice, I don't wanna wake up. I'd rather dream, that's the way that you stay up. I don't wanna break up. But money's on my mind and I gotta keep the cake up. I don't wanna break up. Just fall from her eyes and it's messing up her makeup. Having second thoughts, no, we don't have to break up. Small conversation, have sex, now we make up. I don't wanna break up, no. 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 I don't wanna break up. I brought sand to the beach to make it better, yeah. I got space boots on me, those Margellas, yeah. Bought some ice for you, keep it real with you. I faked us, clever whenever we show out. Every time we go there, tipping and drawing while we spill, they be drawing. Pick it up for the kick, yeah.
Don't do that, Nip. I see you on the kick, man. Don't do that.
Got a cross, perfect have sex, and I just like my religion. Trying to make better decisions, trying to be more consistent, yeah. I'm going through hell.
Yeah, I didn't hate this song. It just probably was
myself, but I need you to win. Money couldn't buy real love, real friends. I don't want to brand.
All right. So what'd you say, Chris?
I was saying, yeah, I didn't hate that one, but it was just kind of like a lower point on the album for me.
Okay. Let's go to our least then, which we heard Chris's least was probably that one. I Don't Want to Break Up. I don't, Nip, you got a list of them, but do you have anyone in particular that you would like to point out?
You know what? I'm going to say no, because I think the ones that I have is my least. So I started out not knowing that there was a deluxe edition.
Right.
So the first track on the regular drink was what? Stripes Like Burberry?
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the deluxe, there's like 6 tracks before that shit. So I got all them shits listed. Right. So by the time I went to go listen to the regular shit, I was burnt out. So yeah, all this shit had me burnt out.
I think one
Baby
that we might have
Suzuki.
mentioned was Plastic.
Okay.
Plastic, let's go play a little bit of that then.
Swoosh. All buffers. Swoosh. Yeah, Cuddy, yeah, purple tint, yeah, 3%, yeah, 2 fence, yeah, plastic Glock, yeah, plastic bitch, yeah, plastic stick, yeah, travel cheeks, yeah, on 2 beat, yeah, got your bitch, yeah, shoot and miss, yeah, catch a fix, yeah, made a squirt, yeah, late for church, yeah, switch your purse, yeah, spot reverse, yeah, cool, dirty. Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna take. I feel like he's just making up words to rhyme at that point.
Did that nigga say plastic Glock?
Yeah, and plastic stick.
And actually, funny thing about it is like London on the Track. That's his song. I feel like that's a wasted beat. My notes were this was trap for the sake of trap. There's nothing really wrong with this song, but I feel like it's still the weakest song on the album. But I did put a stop. It's like ... But I still didn't nod my head. So I mean, I think that sums up this album a bunch. Like, no matter how the songs went, I still nodded my head. Like, you know, I think the last one I had was Marnie on Me. We're not even gonna play it. Just, I guess for me, what threw me off was one, toxic as hell. The whole album's toxic, but the whole like I pushed the button. Like he went through like I feel like it was like 30 minutes of him like, come on, I pushed the button on that song. Yeah, I'm good. I'm
usually down for the toxic shit. You know, I get into that, but
so we go
Toxic
to
Avenger.
Yeah, right. That's what Future is, the Toxic Avenger.
Indeed.
Actually, let's go to anybody got any outstanding line that you could think of in there. I think on what is it? She Never Been to Pluto. I know Lil Uzi hits it gives me like a Sasuke and Naruto line. Like, and, you know, I'm an anime and a Naruto fan, so I thought that was pretty cool. But I think Bought a Bad Bitch. I don't go to sleep up like Exorcist. I thought that was pretty cool too. But yeah, it was few and far between, you know. But again, I like Uzi. I'm a Uzi fan. I'm not a huge Future guy, but I'm a huge Uzi guy. I like Uzi's album earlier this year. That and the deluxe that he dropped, that I thought they were dope as hell. I'm
gonna go back and try to listen to that some of Uzi, and just cause I'm in Philly, I'm gonna try to go listen to it. But I can't. This shit is codeine rap, man. I can't. I can't listen. This shit is mind numbing, bro. I can't do it.
See, this we gotta realize. Nip loves rap that raps about the drug game. He doesn't like rap that actually.
Yeah, I don't like drug abusers. Yeah. I don't like drug abusers.
So if no one has a line, we will go to the rankings or the ratings right here. So as always, guys, we have a 5-tier ranking, not stars, but 5-tier. We got the highest ranking is I would go cop this. Second highest ranking would be I would go get it from a bootlegger. Third ranking is if my dude or my man's put it on, I would listen. Fourth ranking is my girlfriend put this on in the car. And the last and final least is I'm throwing this out the window. So Chris, let's start with you. Where are you ranking this album?
Yeah, if somebody was playing it, I would definitely listen to it, but I don't see it as something I'm going back to.
All right. We'll leave the best for last. I'm going to go and say that, if my girlfriend put this on, I would listen. My girlfriend put this on, I will listen. What about you, Nep?
Hey, man, and set it off when Cleo used to jack them fucking cars. What did she do? What's the first thing she did when she got in them cars?
Terrible ass music.
She frisbeed that shit. That shit is a frisbee, nigga. That shit is horrible. It's horrible. I'm throwing that shit out the window. Yeah.
Tell us how you really
Captain America.
Well, that sums up our take on was it Pluto and Baby Pluto?
Pluto, Neptune, Big Pluto, the moon.
Yeah, Headcanon Circus, Facebook, YouTube, all the tubes and all the YouTubes and the faces and the books that you can find us at. Check out us on Spotify as well. Let's go ahead and talk about 2 Chainz' new album, So Help Me God. It is 49 minutes and 53 seconds long. All right, how the other one had no guest appearances, 2 Chainz make sure he represents. He has Young Boy Never Broke Again, Lil Wayne, Ty Dolla $ign, Little Duval, Kanye West, Mulatto, Kevin Gates, Lil Uzi Vert, Chief Keef, Rick Ross, Schoolie, and then he has some good producers on there. He has Mike Will Made It, Mike Dean, Chief Keef, Cool and Dre, and David Banner as the producers. All right, let's go to our, as always, like we said, let's do our sum up the album in as least words as possible. Let's start with you, Chris. What you got?
Quarantine Crank.
Okay. Nip, what you got?
I want to call it a 15 pack of ass, but that's like 3 songs that had some hard beats. So I'm gonna say it's a 12 pack of ass. That's
all
what
right.
I'm gonna say.
I got 2 Chainz, 2 the same. It just sounds like another Chainz album, except for the last one. I thought the last one he did was pretty dope, but it just sounds good, you know, but not up to the quality of like, what is it, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. And yeah, I think that was his best album, but we'll go into a whole other discussion for another day. But I just thought it was just a Chainz album where it's not terrible, but it's not outstanding either. I think Chainz is limited as a rapper to a degree, so he'll never have like these crazy albums just because lyrically I don't think he can make it crazy. All right, let's go to our best songs on the album. Let's start with you, Tony. What was your best song on the album?
I think one of my favorites was Moneymaker with I think Wayne was on that.
Yeah. Let's get a quick listen on that.
The sample with the big band. Yeah.
Remember he debuted this on Versus versus Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm.
That Versus where Rick Ross was real disrespectful, getting a massage.
Don't let that money
Disrespectful as fuck.
Shake that money make it. Don't let that money make it. Oh, shake your money make it. Don't let that money make it. Oh, shake that money make it. Don't let that money make it, baby. Yeah, I shake that money maker. Don't let that money make it. You know I accommodate you. Can I accommodate you? I make you come, I hate you. I know you're home lately. I turn your curly hair into that bone straightener. I make you moan, baby. It feel right, don't it? I know I'm wrong, baby. That pheromone fragrance. Can't miss no car payments. I kiss her earlobe. Like what you doing later? The fucking alligator. The lanes agitator. I'm talking out your beauty. No makeup.
This is gonna Wayne.
That is the greatest. And all I can see is ass. I'm in a matrix. This nigga tongue This nigga jumping cable. Then let my tongue invade you. Then let that cum escape. Shake that money maker. Shake that lemon pepper. Like a salt shaker, baby. High blood pressure. Yeah. I shake your money maker. Don't let that money make it. I shake that money maker. Don't let that.
Go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and just say, fuck Lil Wayne, but fuck if he can't do a good feature, man. God damn.
Yes, sir.
Wayne gets on a track, bro. It's almost to the point. I don't know why people invite him on your tracks unless you just want it for the pop. You come on, man. Yeah, you can't do that to yourself.
Yes,
Any thoughts on Moneymaker, Chris?
I like that song a lot. I like the big band kind of background on the track. I thought that was cool. I like how he was shouting out a lot of the HBCUs in the area and everything. Like you said, good. Wayne verse, he always kind of flips something at the end. He's talking about the salt shaker and the lemon pepper, high blood pressure. So
yeah.
That was dope.
Actually, that's what I had on the quote too. Like a salt shaker, give me high blood pressure. I'm like, damn. Come on, Wayne.
Yeah.
And you know how we deal with high blood pressure.
I got my 501s ready to fall in love. You hear me? As soon as I hear that shit, I'm ready to go to Onyx somewhere. Yeah.
Question: are the strippers wearing masks
right now?
Yeah. What else they gonna wear masks?
I mean, I don't know. Can neither confirm nor deny.
But what I heard was
what the strippers are doing. But
what won't get you in trouble with that one. All right. We got Money Making there. Chris, what about you? What song were you feeling on the album?
I like the Vampire a lot. That was probably my favorite track on the album, just because it's a little bit more introspective than we normally see 2 Chainz. He's kind of getting into some of his current struggles. He mentioned his mom a couple times on the album. I definitely noticed it on this one. So maybe he's got some kind of feelings about that. But it's nice when rappers kind of give you a glimpse of everything's not glitz and glamour. You know, they're still dealing with some hard times. And I just enjoyed that song, especially the chorus. That was dope.
All right, let's go listen to a little bit of Vampire here.
But do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help me God.
And the beat is cold, too.
Whether you fucking with it?
It's a Cool and Dre beat.
Slick, you fucking with it? My bad. I see, no. Blicky on the seat, my dog rest in peace. It's hard for me to sleep like I don't ever sleep. Jealousy gon' cause a death for felony. The babies out here banging bees or they throwing seeds. These can't even get the stain up out the streets. Smiling on the outside but inside bleeding. Hemorrhaging, they just trying to drain my energy. Vampire, up all night like fangs on my teeth. How you wanna go and kill your partner? You ain't got no beef. Been sitting at the table, even when I ain't had no seat. If your lights and water never been cut off, don't judge me. If it ain't no real love, please don't try to hug me. Place no one above me. Underground like Bun B. I can tell you just getting money, your first baby mom was ugly. Yes, I'm blessed, not lucky. Gotta load them onions. Sum me up on her monthly. I hope my past don't haunt me. I'm covered in the blood, that's my armor. If you have done what I did, you wouldn't believe in karma. I should be ashamed for what I said to my mama. Paranoid at night, pistol on me like pajamas. Blicky on the seat, my dog rest in peace. It's hard for me to sleep like I don't ever sleep. Jealousy gon' cause a death for felony. The babies out here banging bees or they throwing seeds. These can't even get the stain up out.
All right, that's a little bit of Vampire there. Nip, what you got on Vampire? Any thoughts on that?
No.
I think he had a line on there where he was like, something like niggas think something sweet, insulin. I was like, okay, I see you, Chainz. I see him a theme in here about
he
Black
tried.
Earth that he's saying but ain't saying.
he tries. I just need part. I need that turn up from Chainz, man. I don't need this.
He said stick to your lane.
Yeah, man. I don't. He tried, and I respect it, but yeah.
All right, let me do I guess my best on here is Gray Area, which is the second song on there.
I just sat up on the stand, told a lie straight to the honor. Old enough to be your daddy, young enough to fuck your mama. All the shit that I have done, I cannot believe in karma. Old enough to be your daddy, young enough to fuck your mama, young enough to fuck your sister, young enough to fuck your auntie. I ain't messing with your granny, I just jugged the item Xanax. I'm a beast, I'm a dog, y'all a motherfucking addict. Nigga, tell them pull them up, drop the motherfucking addict. Take my shot, just like Marcus Kemp. I'm so hot they fanning. I got meals out of Def Jam, I got meals out of Atlantic. Niggas know my flow like my crib. This shit full of granite, strip club clothes, get her on the fans. Little bitch, don't you panic. Got a yard that's so damn big, I order.
Yeah, I mean, I like when Chainz gets in that bag, that kind of like I'm over explaining bag, but it's still simplistic. Like that's my favorite Chainz when he gets into that bag. Like I'm like you, Nip. I don't need the emotional side. I need like that kind of trap, but you know, Chainz got a different type of trap vibe to him. Like his ain't like the normal cats. He got this kind of, I want to say like this kind of flow that has that kind of pause stop, you know, like flow stop kind of moving. I dig that when Chainz gets in that bag.
Yeah. It kind of remind me a little bit of older Gucci, a little bit of that song, some of that same kind of energy. But I do like the bag you're talking about, where he'll like say something and like pause a little bit and then he'll keep going with the other stuff. That's a unique flow he's got.
Right. Yep, so I know you ain't got it. What about Least?
Greg, I didn't appreciate, before we go to Least, I didn't appreciate him playing that flute and still in that motherfucking that No Limit melody with that flute. That's what I wrote. I wrote flute, question mark, fuck out of here, this ain't No Limit. That's what I wrote there.
Best I can, but you know me, you give me any horns and flutes and guitars, I'm there. Like, you get any kind of instrumentation in hip hop for me, you're gonna sell me.
I like it too, but you can't take that. That is a signature No Limit line.
He wasn't about it.
He was not about it, nigga. You cannot take about it and play that shit with a flute. I can't take it. Get it the fuck out of here. No sir.
Well, we'll start with you. Your Least. Let's go with some Least that you have.
I don't know everything. Ziploc. I don't know if I could go with Ziploc.
Okay.
Yeah, the dumbass guitar riff at the end. The Kevin. I can't stand Kevin Gates either. Ziploc might have been that.
All right, don't say it too loud because Kevin Gates will find you. Let's play a little bit of Ziploc so everybody can hear it.
I hate that ad-lib too. I don't know where he came out with that.
Don't get it twisted. You saw Kevin Gates kick that bitch in the head that touched his nuts. Don't let it be you, Nip. Nigga, what you say about that song, Ziploc?
Graduated, I can make a brick lock. 28 grams in a Ziploc. Round with my dog, that's a pit stop. Drop a chicken out, that's a wing stop. Some of y'all my sons out of wedlock, yeah. Got the Draco in the headlock, trying to dot the cell block, neck full of bedrock. Got the whole look out the catwalk. Got it out the mud, out the asphalt. Shorty, you so fine, how the look in your eyes with a big old booty is your asphalt. Told a nigga I know your kind if you came on my side with a rock with a mask out. Told me young nigga don't crash out. Never let them know where to stash out. Millionaire friends with the blackout mirror with the racks out, make a scale cap out. Turkey bag on top of turkey bags. This scale on top of.
All right, that's a little bit of Ziploc there for you as I crack my next one.
Did he say he had a Draco?
What's up?
Did he say he had a Draco in a headlock?
Something like that. I'm gonna put it real with you. It's probably the only song that I had no comments for. Like, I literally have Ziploc featuring Kevin Gates, 2.5 out of 5, and I have no comments on it because I think it was just it wasn't rememberable. So I mean, Chris, what you got for any songs on the album that you didn't care for?
I got the first track, Lambo on my wrist. It was a little too basic for me. I feel like Chainz, like you say, he has that pocket where it's trap, but it's a little bit of an elevated trap. Like, he still does clever wordplay and things like that, but that chorus just killed it for me.
All right, let me just play a little bit. We'll come back to you. Now remember, guys, this is how he's starting the album. So just so people know this.
What a fucking rooster.
I hate that ad-lib. I like the beat though.
I was about to say the beat hard. Like, I have on it. The beat is nice.
Right.
But then after, I got some other words after that.
Right.
I'm with whatever you with. You ain't the only one out here getting rich. You ain't the only one that got young niggas you can go pay to do dumb shit. Tony, hold up. Tell them roll up. I'm in a Rolls Royce. Got about 4 on. I got buckets on my forearm. Army living no stress. Park the Lambo on my best. Cuban link lay on the dresser. My pockets like yours on the Rex. Spin a foreign car all on my necklace. See me shining from the other section. I don't put a Lambo on my wrist. I don't put a Lambo on my wrist. I don't put a Lambo on my wrist. Done got rich, don't get no shit. I don't put a Lambo on.
All right. Let's see. I had nice beat, but I'm like, Chainz ain't do much with it. But also, Chainz got that weird sound, like that whole part where he raps. Pretty much no longer starts rhyming, but just talks about calling someone in the bar. Like, I remember when I first heard 2 Chainz, like that used to like bother me. I couldn't get over that for so long. Like I remember his first album. I remember it's like a part where he'd be like, "Yeah, I treat your girl like hot potato." I'm like, "Nah, you take her. Nah, you take her." And it's like, bro, what are you talking about, homeboy? Like, but I've grown to understand that as his style, so I kind of don't get bothered anymore by that. But Lambo Wrist is definitely a. If you're a 2 Chainz fan, you're gonna call all of us some haters for not liking it because it is typical, straight up 2 Chainz to the 2 Chaininess. Mm-hmm. If that's even a word or thing we can call it.
Whatever.
I was a little worried. That first track, you start playing. I'm like, oh man, I hope the rest of it's not like that. I was kind of pleasantly surprised, but.
So I know for us, we all agree on Southside Hove. Nip, how did you feel about Southside Hove? Because that was like the one that you really pinpointed on.
Yeah, nah. Nah. You're not Southside Hove. No. You're not top 5 of the South. You're not. No, sir.
My notes on there is Southside Hove feels like Reasonable Doubt or Volume 1 Hove, just that this song needed Hove. It was my words I put on that. The other song that we had on the least favorite for us were, I had Quarantine Thick with Mulatto. Mulatto like saves the song a little bit for me, enough that I could be like, oh, okay, but it did nothing for me. I think the notes I had on that one were Mulatto saves the song, which is sad.
Yeah, I didn't really. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't good.
But he had one line on there that kind of got me like, okay, well, maybe. He goes, had that pussy pissing once I hit that kidney. I was like, oh, okay, that was slick, but then like, all right.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, any other outstanding lines y'all could think of on the track or on any song?
On Save Me at the end when he said, wearing shades, carrying sticks like I'm legally blind.
Oh, yeah. That was dope.
Daredevil.
I'm legally blind. I cannot see.
I like on Fill Away with Kanye. He goes, don't let them dog me like Michael Vick. I was like, all right. Okay, I can see that. Also, let's throw a slight shade on the fact that Chainz and Ye doing a back and forth on that song was some of the worst back and forth I heard in my life. That was
horrible shit. That shit was garbage. I couldn't.
That was opposite of Meth and Big, right?
Oh God, opposite of Meth and Big, opposite of the Locks. Like you can go a list. It's like it looked like they didn't even sit in the same room and write that together. Like they was over the phone or something. Like that was
yacht. The whole yacht is way different than the slave ship line. I was like, come on, niggas.
Yeah. And because they be trying to give us some shit like, we ain't gonna waste our time on you. We gonna fuck out of here. I said, fuck Wayne, fuck out of here, Ye. Now I still listen to the new album, but anyway. All right, let's go down to our home stretch, our rating system. Like I said again, great album. We would go buy it. If it's the second best is we would get it from a bootlegger. Third is my homeboy put it on, I would listen. Fourth is if my girl put this on. Fifth is I'm throwing it out the car window. Chris, what do you got for your rating of this album?
I definitely would listen to it if my homie played it in the car. So not remarkable, but I enjoyed it.
All right, Nip, what you got on this album?
It's not as bad as Big and Little Pluto, so I'm gonna say if my girl had it on, I'll let it rock.
Super Pluto Brothers.
You realize that ain't the name of the album, right?
What's that? Big and Little. I thought it was Big Little Pluto or some shit. The other one, no. 2 Chainz, so help me God. So help me God. I'm listening to this shit.
No, I know that. I'm just saying in the future, the Lil Uzi Vert, it ain't Big Pluto, Little Pluto.
What is it?
It's Pluto and Baby Pluto.
Oh, whatever. That shit not even a planet no more. Fuck him.
I think I'm going to put this as, if my man's put it on, I would listen as well. So, again, thank you guys for listening and watching it. So that's the second review we got going on here. We got one more review coming up. But please remember to like, share, follow, press the thumbs up. Again, share this with everybody. Follow us. Subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Head Cannon Circus, everything, everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. You can catch us anywhere. And we just created an Instagram page as well. Instagram tag as well at Headcanon Circus. So please check that out and get all the content. Like I said, Headcanon Circus is like a variety show. So we have wrestling shows. We have this music show. We got a sports show. We have a current events, just general show. Just everything. If you have an idea for a show that you want to see, let me know, and we could probably cultivate it and create it as well. So, guys, thank you for joining us for that one. All right, this brings us to our third album we're going to review today. We have Goodie Mob. And if people don't know about Goodie Mob, it is Big Gip, T-Mo, CeeLo, Cujo, and I guess Big Rube, if you really want to throw that in there. Yes, they had a new album that came out, Survival Kit. After listening to the first two albums, this was my survival kit, so I appreciate them naming it that. This came in at 53 minutes and 47 seconds. We have guest appearances by the incomparable Chuck D. We have the immaculate Big Boy and the golden Dia himself, Andre 3000. And I even put on here, does CeeLo count as a guest appearance since the last album he was not on? What was it? Don't One Monkey Don't Stop the Show or something like that? Well, maybe that's two albums ago. Anyway, remember CeeLo supposedly had left the group to do his own pop star thing. So I was like, does CeeLo count as a guest now that he's back with the group? Going on to it. Producers, y'all know what it is. Organized Noise.
Organized Noise.
I play games. So my summing up the album in the least words as possible is goody to hear them again. Was that goody to hear them again? Nip, what you got? Least words possible.
Put some respect on CeeLo's motherfucking name. It's what I got to say. I don't got no least words, none of that shit. Keep disrespecting my man CeeLo, cuz.
Come on.
Put some motherfucking respect on CeeLo's name.
Look. I can't remember what CeeLo album it is, but it's an album on CeeLo's.
Put some respect on my man.
The second or third song on one of CeeLo's albums where he just flows unstoppable. He's like, don't ever say no more about niggas from the South can't rap. That moment, I was like,
yes, sir.
Okay. This was years ago, though. I was like, okay.
Right.
No, right. You know what? The problem with the Southern rappers are Percy Miller. Percy Miller, for all the great things we want to say about Master P, he was the most popular Southern rapper that most people outside of the industry knew.
Right.
And everybody envisioned the South rapping like Percy Miller. And that's what kind of hurt the game with the South a lot. Because, you have guys like Face and all that. Anyway, we're going to way geeky rap stuff right here. But the point is, I just want to point out to people that disrespect the South is because of No Limit. No Limit had a style that was very consumer pop friendly. And that style...
They did have some good rappers.
No, I agree. But I'm saying, No Limit had a style that was very... Like it was basic.
Yeah.
And it was good consumer. That's why No Limit blew up so much. It went to the mainstream because it was consumable. I think, yeah. All right, Chris, little words as possible. We're about to go into a whole other geek conversation about the South.
Right.
At least amount of words possible.
Good introduction to the mob. It was my first Goodie Mob album, so I was pleasantly surprised. I definitely gonna go back in their backlog and check them up.
Welcome to the team, man. Welcome to the team.
Oh, man,
I would just probably tell you, listen to the first two albums. You could probably skip the rest of them for the most part.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to go back.
I don't know, Nip. You're more the Goodie Mob guy than me, but do you agree with that? The first two albums, I think, especially the first one's a classic. The second one is really close. I think after that, it gets kind of...
Yeah, they don't dance no more, and it was, yeah. But, you know what I mean? Chris, you got to go back and put some, got to get some, what's the old joint? What you know about the banana and mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Some toast and bread on the napkin. You got to get some of that in your system. You got to get some of that in your system.
All right. So, best songs on the album. I'm going to start off. My favorite song on the album is For My People. So we'll play a little bit of that and we'll jump out.
Yes, sir. We in the house.
Yeah, I tell you with them horns. You got me already. You got them shoulders bouncing.
Yes, sir.
For my people right here. Nobody else. So if you don't get it, don't worry about it. Here we go. I do it for my people, like David the Goliath. Off with your head. Everybody start a riot. Sick and tired of excuses. People, get your shit together. All you really needed was food, clothing, shelter.
Hey.
My people at the exit with that cardboard sign. The world still a ghetto, and we know it's by design. For my people, I'ma shine. ambition in my eyes. Like Roscoe P, go train my haters, look surprised. Surprise, surprise, like dream of the crop, see I rise. I still found truth, even though you lied.
Right.
They tried and tried.
I know we got things to do. Sorry. Yeah, I just think it was just a dope song. I had the message, but also had that Goodie Mob feel. Like that kind of, Goodie Mob has that kind of like sloppy but organized feel. And I know it's kind of organized noisy style as well, but it felt like Goodie. So that's me. Before we get to Nip, Chris, did you have any favorites or any best song that you got on the album?
Yeah, this was also my favorite track. I really liked the chorus. It was real soulful. And then, like you said, you had the brass in there too, which you can always get maybe some good brass. I like the content of the song too. All the artists, they all kind of had a positive message and stuff. So I appreciated this song. It was my favorite for sure.
All right, Nip. All right, favorite song, best song.
You already know. Who wants smoke? Yeah, no cigar, 3 stacks in the fucking bed. I don't know where. You know, he'd be up in New York playing flutes and shit. They would have found my man. They would have got it. Yeah, but I got 2. The no cigar joint, and then I love that country shit, man. That off road joint.
Okay, let's play a little bit of No Cigar, and then we'll go to off road. And every time I think of Andre 3000, I think about that Key and Peele skit. So let's go.
Big lofty, big butter, country boy dip. If you ain't been to the moon and you ain't did shit.
Ain't been to the moon, you ain't did shit.
You know we laid in. Different countries and shit, you know we stayed in. Felines when we land all
I'll just play that 3 stacks, bro.
Old pink beach. I don't fuck with no battles, I don't do that. I'ma shoot you, turn around and holler who that. Ooh wee, drop top, high trees, ooh wee. Rattlesnake skin, kill 12. Colorblind with a snotty nose, half face with a flat top. Phones off, gloves on, night vision, drones up. Punch you down at your residence. Wet and white bees like a Cuban in Cuba. No cigar, caviar. Who won't smoke? Who won't smoke?
See, I think I might have got to the Andre part. Hold on.
Who won't smoke? No cigar. No cigar. They close as fuck. No cigar. I like a soft. None good at the mob. Under the steps and dirt, that was a dungeon, no floor. Out of school, off of work, or smoke a blunt and go for it. Nigga rolling up the roaches when the shit got short. Kiss your bitch on the porch, walk her back to her car. Pat the pussy, slap her tail and tell her see you tomorrow. Pocketbook to match the nail, she never needed a prop. I can tell that bitch with hell, she probably needed a father. For the record, me too. What the hell could we do? Let you know the partners raise you, watch them do what they do. Now I pull over just in case I got a snooze when I cruise. Now I know we awesome, baby, they were just learning too. I'm hula hooping, double dutch, and kickballing that hoe. New maneuver, no discussion, fuck them, all of them hoe. What's a dungeon or home? Home for misfits, sleeping on the floor, then wake up when you smell something lit. Yeah. Who won't smoke?
All right, I'm gonna have some smoke with this song, and it's nothing to do with the song itself. Nothing to do with the lyric or anything. My smoke with this song is that because Andre came out of his hiatus to put down a verse, more people are talking about that than they're even talking about how good this album is. And that is my only issue with it. And I know it's not Andre's fault, and it's not Goodie Mob's fault, but this album from top to bottom is really, really good. But everything, if you put a headline in Goodie Mob Survival Kit, the first thing that pops up is Andre 3000 gave a verse. And that's the only smoke I have with this song is that, like, I think that's going to be a bigger deal than how dope this album is.
I agree. The album is definitely dope, but I'm not going to lie. I was one of those cats. Once I saw that, I'm like, the alien is back. The AT alien is back.
So you're part of the blame, I guess, then.
Yes, I'm definitely part of the blame. Yes, sir.
All right, I know you mentioned off-road. Let's go to off-road. Oh, Chris, you got any thoughts on that song real quick?
Yeah, I liked it. It wasn't my favorite. I did like Andre's verse. And I feel like the chorus is just a little bit too basic. No cigar.
Who wants smoke? All right. All right, off-road. Let's go to that. Let's keep it real. This is pretty much a country song. But
it is a country song.
Country just won't let it in.
But it's all Goodie. It's all Goodie Mob though.
Yeah. Well, you saw what they did to Tony boyfriend Lil Nas X. They ain't let him in that country music trust at all. And so that joke would kick rocks. You gonna take your fruity ass? Oh, you better get on the hip hop charts.
Dang. There it is.
A special season, that's it. A little cheese in the crib. I'm a little older, I admit, but there ain't no reason to quit. I go off road with the rah-rah chopper, sound like Chewbacca.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Chopper sound like Chewbacca. Come on, man. All right, yeah, that off-road. That's just, my notes on that is just like, when I think of Goodie Mob, that song encompasses when I think of Goodie Mob, right there. What you think about that, Chris? What you got on that?
Yeah, I like the it was a nice twist kind of towards the latter half of that album. You definitely hear CeeLo on the chorus coming through. I like that the group can kind of pitch it over to him, you know, for some of those harmonies and really get a little bit of soul in there. So I like that song. It grew on me.
Nip, what you got? I know that's one of your favorites here. So
yeah, man, that's all pork belly and hominy grits right there, dog. That shit feel good to you. Yeah, man. I'm fucking with the country shit, man.
Yeah. No, I rocks with that a lot. The only least I had on here, I think, for me was Try We. I don't think it's a bad song. I think the chorus is just kind of annoying.
Yeah.
I know Chris had a hot take that, you know, he said, Are You Ready? The first track on here with Chuck D was his least when he first heard it. Would you like to elaborate more on that, Chris, and let us know what you think and you're feeling? As people will probably kill you in the comments.
I never really listened to Goodie Mob like that before him, but I kind of had a preconceived notion about the group. I was kind of expecting some more slower, soulful type music, so this kind of threw me off. You know, it was a little bit I wouldn't say jarring, but it kind of startled you. It comes on and it's like real high energy, and I wasn't necessarily expecting high energy, so that's why it's my least favorite. But I like the song.
Yeah,
like
again, least favorite doesn't mean the song is bad. It just means that it's one feeling as much. I know, Nip, you really didn't have one on here from what we talked about earlier. Let's go really quickly to any outstanding lines that you may got. Outstanding lines of bars that you thought about with song, with bar.
I can't remember the bar word for word, but there was one. CeeLo was talking about sending somebody out to do a mission for him because they were like, "Don't use your black card" or something like that. That's the bass line. I like that. I think that was track 2, maybe.
Yeah. I think for me was Survival Kit, the song. Just the whole message, the power of the mind is my survival kit.
Yes, sir.
I felt like it should have been Keenan Ivory Wayne stepping his head in through the album going, message, stepping out. Yeah. So, Nip, you got any outstanding lines you can think
my
of?
heart was on Amazing Grades when he said, "Y'all trying to go to heaven, but the devil there too." Read Job, chapter 1 and chapter 2.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Like, you started a song like that.
Yes, sir. That's what we going for the rip. Okay. That's how we ending the album.
I had that song, too, and I had for Amazing Grades. I just love this contemporary rap shit that we're in now. That all our artists who grew up with are older now and talk about real shit.
Right.
All right, let's go down to our ranking systems real quick because we're running out of time here. 5, I will cop the album. 4, I will bootleg the album. 3, if my man's put it on, I will listen. 2, my girl put this on. And 1, I'm throwing it out the car window, a la set it off. Chris, what do you got for this one?
This is going to be a current theme. I would say I would listen to it if my homie had it on in a hat. So it's right between bootlegging and listening to it if my homie was.
So you the joker that's like, while the bootlegger is playing that song on his boombox, as you thinking about buying it, you listen to it. Gotcha.
I might even record it. I might even get, put the little the voice recorded on it, had a memo so I could play it back a little bit.
And the people that grew up the way me and Nip grew up and Chris grew up, you know exactly what we talk about. Bootlegger used to at least let you play a song.
That's it.
Nip, what you got?
I'm copping this joint, man. I'm taking the 30 minutes to crack the plastic, read the watch the look at the graphics, the artwork, read through the lyrics, check the credits, and do all that. Yeah, I'm copping this joint, man.
All right, I'm right there with you. I think I'm copping this one as well. We're going to go to our last segment of what you're listening to, but I know Chris has to go, and I know I'm not kicking him off because it's Goodie Mob take, guys. I just want to let you know that's blood, that's family, so he can have a terrible take, and I'm a supporter, but I know he has to go. Chris, thank you for taking your time and kicking it with us and talking that talk with us because we love to have it. We will see you next week. Hopefully this Friday bring some different albums. We'll hit up. Okay. We'll see you next week, brother. And let me know if anything we can do for you. We love you.
Love you too.
All right now. So we go to the segment of always. Nip, what you listening to?
Let me see what I'm listening to this week. Had a little Stove Guy Cooks in there this week.
Okay. Any particular song or album or?
What's the name of the last track? Not the last one he put out. What song was that?
Off a Reasonable Drought?
Yeah, off Reasonable Drought. Yeah, that Rolls Royce Brake Lights joint was hard.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Gotcha.
Yes,
Rolls Royce Brake Lights.
Hey.
Joy come in the morning.
Stove Guy Cooks be.
Yes, sir.
Joy come in the morning, then the plug come. We on. Joy come in the morning, but the plug come late night. I just wanna be successful. Tell them niggas. Trilly 7 did it. Shooters in the 92 Intrepid. You got collage work. His shit mixed with his shit, mixed with day work. My shit is Cinderella slipper. I ain't sorry for the wait. Shots in the kitchen, dancing on the plate. They wrote my story out in invisible ink. They like what took so long. I'm like, nigga, I barely blinked.
Hey, you kill a line when they're gonna you that. No, that Stove Guy. No, that I jump back to that once in a while. I haven't heard the new one, man, because I think I'm still on that Reasonable Drought, so I really ain't jumped into the new one. What I guess people will say, well, Jason, what are you listening to? I'm actually, I hate to say this because this is going to be a cop-out, and this is not an ad, but it is going to be a cop-out. I actually listen to the DJ Tunes and Core DJ playlist. My homeboy DJ Tunes cultivates a playlist around a show that we do together where we have segments in there. But if you just want to skip the segments, that's the beauty of it. You can skip the segments and just listen to the playlist that he puts together. That's kind of what I listen to. Like, that's kind of, I hate to say, like almost quasi my ear to the streets to, I guess, the more party club parts of the streets, less of the hood part, whatever like that. But that's what I listen to. So, I mean, if you want to keep it 100, I think this week he put together another dope-ass playlist. I mean, he's giving you a bunch of Danileigh, her album that we won't think about reviewing, but we had these 3 monsters of albums come out, so we didn't review that one. But he even got some Jack Harlow on there, which that's up and down. He goes through a whole section of old school with Missy. We put on Missy, Nate Dogg, Regulators, Dre and Snoop. He does goes through that. So, I mean, it's just Wu-Tang Cream. So, I mean, that's probably what I'm listening to right now. But if we were outside of that function, I'm probably listening to that Danileigh album. Here's one of the songs off her album. It's called Monique, that I think is kind of dope. I think the name of the album is called Movie or The Movie or something like that.
Street, flooded cause life is a beach. You cannot hear me cause I'm out of reach. All type of designer is packed in my brief. That's how I started my week. Big money speech, nothing I'm talking is G. I just might speed through your block in my G. One more time, start me from the top. Eyes at the rolling, roll down the street. Flooded.
Yeah. So I'm feeling that shit right there. So if we get enough likes and stuff on this video, I will personally make Nip have to review that album just and make him go song by song. Not even just like, oh, this shit was whack. I want to make him go song by song what he thought. Just for y'all. You get us up to 50 likes on YouTube and combined, and on Instagram we get up to 50 likes combined. I will make Nip record himself with his phone, because you know that nigga ain't gonna use his laptop. Sorry, we know that King ain't gonna use his laptop and record what he thought of this album, song by song. That is my promise to you all. Nip, any more on the section of Nip? What are you listening to?
No, only other thing I've listened to was that Black Thought, that Strings of Thought Volume 3 joint. I'm still back.
Any song in particular?
Man, everything off of that. You can play anything off of that. It's hard.
Yeah, well, then I would do one that was on one of the DJ Tunes and Corny J playlists. We're gonna do Good Morning.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Produced by Swiss Beats.
Good morning.
Pusha T.
Good morning.
The Killer Mike. Go get it.
From the home of the ghosts, water plugs and wokeness, water bugs and roaches, drugs and overdoses. How you approach this Philly is where the dope is. My uncle's reds and bully is still the ghostness. Whole shit steady, we close-knit and deadly as a heart attack. Trust me, the pit bulls is petty, already infamous, limitless, petty images, foul temperament. You start shit, we ending it. It's mad last wishes, gas mask kisses, the thin line between savants and savages. Your life could depend on the laws of averages. The difference between black and white is mad privilege for Lucifer, son of the morning, who swore we'd ignored every one of them warnings, but try to run for cover under one of them warnings. Cause come, tell the Lord time for his encore performance.
Yeah.
We're going to let this play. We can't cut it off on him. We can't cut it off on Push. We can't cut it off on Mike. So, guys, just enjoy it.
On the wake up, dreaming every day and trying to get my cake up.
I got 4 million in homes, 3 hours apart. Drug dealer taste, I think I glow in the dark. I only do features to keep hitting my mark and show you motherfuckers you ain't good as you thought. Let's go. Cannon for shopping in the pandemic. The work got grill lines when the pan's serious. Give you a clip to let your mans hear it. Then pallbearer next to them so they can all fear it. Ulterior motives with the motors. Bulletproof package like I'm HOTUS. I'm just cashing in on what they owe us. They say the coming winter is the coldest. Celine fur hanging off the shoulder. What's worse, the gift or the curse? The only way to celebrate a death is with a birth. That Maybach sink can be converted to a hearse. I mean every word while you think it's just a verse. I'm gone.
Hold on. Just as soon as the sun rises, the night dies, you was building pyramids in African empires. With pale skin savages with straight hair and light eyes, was still eating raw meat and barely could light fire. Before we ever sold cocaine, we civilized Spain. You are not the first black man in the Mediterranean. Shit you like, Prince, you was just insane. Now look at you, stain of an ocean stain. How you product of a god and you worship a man? I was born in the flesh before I drove a Hussein.
Come on.
Women, West African king, and I'm gonna go to Ghana to reclaim my name. While these chump rappers rap about the shit they cop, man, I cop my block, and this shit don't stop. I'm the official, unofficial mayor of my city. Learn my lesson from the crack traffic school of high thoughts. Push the D like Pusha T and kept my mind black thought. Michael Render is the end of what the fuck you thought. Michael Render, he the end of what the fuck you thought. God.
Michael Render is the end of what the fuck you thought.
There it is. There it is. I mean, come on, man. How you gonna come from a God but worship him? Come on, man.
That's it.
All right. All right. I feel like that. I feel like you can't go anywhere from here.
That's it.
So, I'm gonna try my best, but I guess the last comments I have on here is what your thoughts on it's switching from Jeezy T.I. to Jeezy and Gucci Mane. Or Gucci Mane. Some people will kill me down here.
Gucci Mane.
Yeah, Gucci Mane. Guwap.
I think that's what everybody wanted.
Yeah.
I'm still Team Jeezy, man. I'm still rocking the stuff. I was trying to find me some Jabos with the straps. It's already TM Trap or Die, TM 101, 103. I need all that.
I feel like I'm with you. This is probably a better matchup in the sense the styles are a lot closer to a degree. I think, actually, Joe Button has said it perfectly right. When it was T.I. versus Jeezy, the problem is with the T.I. versus Jeezy thing is that Jeezy has an already built-in advantage because of his voice. It's like going against Jadakiss. Jadakiss got an already built-in advantage because of his voice. So Jada can say something regular plain because his voice is so dope, it works. Same thing with Jeezy. Jeezy can say something regular, but because his voice and his, his was it inflection, it's so dope. Like it works, it kills. I think Gucci has a similar ability like that, where when Gucci get on stuff, he sounds like, I mean, I put it this way: Gucci's the only artist that I will listen to a song is like, I think I love her, like, you don't love me, and it's like a terrible whack song, but because his voice and how he sells it, I get with it. So I do think that eliminates that a little bit of that advantage that Jeezy got with his voice versus Gucci. Oh man, this is tough. I think I'm gonna go Jeezy here because I took T.I., but on that one originally, I think I'm gonna go Jeezy here just because I think Jeezy's just a powerhouse. But I've seen some people that have clapped back on me, just being like, "Well, if you take out Jeezy's first album, you can kind of get him."
Yeah, if you put the Gucci mixtapes in there, it gets a little tough. My only hope is that they actually get through the 20 songs. Because if Gucci plays Truth and he say, go dig your partner up, but he can't say shit, the verses is over, my nigga.
Hey, look, that had to be an agreement by Swiss and Tim. Hey, look here, Gucci, I know.
You can't play that shit, bro.
You can't.
You cannot play that shit, bro.
Actually, isn't it? That's jumping off tomorrow, isn't it?
That's tomorrow, yes, sir.
Hey, well, guys, I mean, we're going to have this episode out tomorrow, but shit, we may have to do a live from and just enjoy that together a little bit here. I may have to figure out how we can work that out. But if not, we just, we'll do our thing. But, yeah, I think we'll go Jeezy here. I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think, because I think a lot of people outside of real hip-hop heads and the South don't put enough respect on Gucci name.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to come in and be like, oh, I don't know why they switched it. It's going to be a cakewalk for Jeezy. He's gonna have his hands full, man. He's gonna have his hands full with this one. So we gonna see here, man. But other than that, man, I think that is a show. That is the show. This is the show. That is the show. Man, I'm just still stuck on that Good Morning. So that shit, that's like remember that song? What was it? I think it was called Wake Up with the Roots and Wale and Michelle. Like it's some certain songs that I hear that just it get me in that mindset. I'm like, damn, I don't know where to go from here. So, but thank you guys for listening and watching the music show with no name. I begin to feel like that is going to be the name of the show, the way we're going right now. But we do appreciate you guys listening and watching. Tell us what you think about the albums that we reviewed today. If you have some albums you want us to review or classic albums to review, let us know. We could work out some time that we, us three could do it, or us two could do it, or if you just want one particular person to review an album. Like I said again, if I get 50 combined likes on all the platforms, we will make Big Nip sit down and watch Danileigh and have it and rate the songs and the album. But other than that, Nip, you got anything to tell the folks?
No. It was a good show.
I appreciate it. As always, I appreciate you being a part of this for me. I've been waiting to do a show with you for so long, so this is great that we can do this. And half the time we talk on the phone, we typically talk about Black people's empowerment and music. So this just takes care of half our conversation every time now. So I do appreciate you. I appreciate my cousin Chris always jumping on and giving his opinion as well. But again, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, follow us on all the platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. We do have on Spotify, like I said earlier, the DJ Tunes and Corny J playlist. It's dope. You'll like it. You'll enjoy it. And like I said, the segments in there is from our No Name Nonsense podcast. So that's fun. You'll enjoy that as well. I got to actually get you on that one week, Nip, because you'll really enjoy that. We started playing more games and more stuff in it, just less about just talking straight topics. So it's more enjoyable for people to listen to. On Facebook, if you're a wrestling fan, we have a show called Wrestling Review that we go over, me and my friend Travis, go over classic wrestling matches and talk about them and break them down and have some fun with that. So that's there for you. Just a lot of stuff in the works, man. The bigger you guys make this, the better you guys make this. It gets bigger and better. We can make some income. And if we get some income, we really can start flooding the market with shows and stuff you guys will enjoy, like TV and movie reviews, etc. So again, just please like, share, subscribe, follow, do all the good stuff that helps us promote this show and become bigger, bigger, and bigger. And all our platforms. Again, this is Head Cannon Circus. Thank you guys again for listening to the music show with no name. We will see you all next week. Good luck. Hopefully we have another good week of album releases too going into Thanksgiving. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. Peace.